Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to replace the lower unit on a 200 horsepower Mercury Optimax. It's the year 2000 and it's on a 901 19-foot CDX Nitro, also a 2000. So I'll show you what happened here is was cruising along, heard a big thump, the prop froze up, and I noticed that I couldn't turn the motor over. After a lengthy trip in, finally got back to the dock and noticed that there was this large, probably about a dime size hole in the side of my lower unit. That tells me the gear's locked up, and which in turn froze the prop up, which in turn froze the drive shaft up and would not allow the motor to turn anymore. So obviously needed a lower unit. So I went online, looked around, did my research, found the best price with the best reviews was the SEI lower unit. It's going to come to you shipped just like this in a large box. I've unpacked this one just to make sure I got the right unit, but it's going to come packed to you shipped like this. In the front you're going to have your warranty card along with your receipt in there. Hang on to that because it comes with a 3-year warranty no matter what, no questions asked. So it's going to come to you in that box. I've already taken, like I said, I've already taken mine out. This is what it's going to look like coming to styrofoam. Once you pull this out, you've got your lower unit here. On the lower unit, it comes brand new, nice, shiny, clean. It's going to come with a couple tags on here. This is showing your break-in period, but you can read that if you order one, and then it basically tells you the item shipped without oil. So obviously don't put it on and then just fire it up. You need to put oil in the lower unit. But that's what we're going to do today. We're going to show you how to install the new one. I've already, like I said, like you've seen, I've already lower off. That's just because I wanted to make sure that the engine turned over after I took the lower unit out. So yeah, let's get it started here. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is you've got your this is for your speedometer tube. So the new lower does not come with one of these, so you're going to need to take this off. It's just a 7/16 wrench. Take that sucker off. Then you have your shift coupler here. Basically that slides right on your shifting gear, and that's what, when you put the throttle in forward or reverse, that's what changes the gears down in the lower unit. So that just slides right off. We'll mess with that later. As for right now, let's take this off. So next thing we're going to do here is we're going to take off the prop. I'm using this prop tool remover. It's a 1 1/16 bolt, and we're going to go ahead and remove the prop. Okay, we're going to put the speedometer nut back in there and tighten that down. Again, that's where your speedometer cable attaches. Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to grease up the necessary parts. So you're going to take just a dab of grease on your finger, and we're going to grease the top of the drive shaft. We're also going to grease these two dowels here. One there, and then in the front, and then you're also going to grease your shifting gear here. And the last thing that you'll grease is your coupler here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and install the lower on here. Make sure when you do this you have your the nuts ready to go ahead and thread on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that up in there. You'll kind of feel it go into place. Don't forget your speedometer too. Just go ahead and shove that in there. And don't forget the coupler. I've already kind of put it on here, but don't forget to put that on there. So you're going to feel around in there, you'll feel it go in, and then once you get it in there, okay, I'm having a little trouble getting in here, and so what's happening is you can see the shifter rod here is kind of slanted down, so with the coupling already on the lower unit it's not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just slip that on there so that it's not even an issue. It'll just go right in. There's kind of some play in there, and so that's what the issue is. So we'll just put it on there ahead of time, and hopefully that's not an issue anymore. Okay, go ahead and lift it back up in there, fill it around, and fill it go into place, and then get your speedometer cable here back on. A lot of people seem to forget that. And you put your lower unit back on and you can't get it on there. So, put it in place. So I can get some of these nuts on here, but I'm having a problem getting that shifter lined up correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a couple of these nuts on just to hold it up. Then I can go over there and adjust the shifter to line up correctly. So now I'm going to go slightly move the shifter into gear. And it lined up pretty good that time, so I just moved the shifter a little bit and it lined it up pretty good. So now we'll tighten these up. Sorry about that. We'll tighten these up as far as we can go. I had forgotten to mention these. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure exactly what these were for, but these were on the old one, and they don't come on the new one. So I'm going to put them on there. Obviously, they belong there. I just don't know what the purpose is. But these go right in here, and they fasten with two 10mm. Throw that on there real quick. Okay, so we got that on there. Fairly simple. Now what we're going to do is we're going to install the cavitation plate, or sorry, we're going to install the anode and the final bolt that's going to hold on the lower unit, which goes up under here, underneath the anode. So what we'll do is we'll take our 1/2 inch and go ahead and throw that down in there. Fit in there nicely. So once you get that in there, we're going to take that's the final bolt that's going to hold on the lower unit, and we kind of hand thread that in. You want to get it pretty tight. You want it on there pretty good. You'll take your anode, place it in there like so, and the bolt that you had slipped in there screws right in to the threaded anode. Tight, just make sure it's snug, and that should be good. So now your lower unit has been installed. It's on there pretty tight. Everything's been greased. All the things have been transferred over, like this piece, which I don't know what it is, and then your speedometer attachment. So now make sure to take these off, and then you will grease the prop shaft to put the prop on. Okay, we got our prop shaft greased. We're going to go ahead and slide the prop onto the prop shaft. There's this little insert here which goes onto the gears of the prop shaft. Make sure that that lines up correctly, and then you might have to spin the prop to get it to line up with the gears on the prop. Once you get that, you take this and slide it on next, and then you're going to take your lock nut and thread that on. Okay, props on there nice and snug. I'm going to go ahead and take these tabs and just kind of bend them in where they fit in the slots, and that's just to prevent slippage. They're obviously all not going to line up, but just get a couple of them in there just to prevent the slippage. Next up, we're going to fill our gear lube, and what we're going to do is this little flathead here. We're going to unscrew that because that's where your overflows are going to be, and that's how you know you have enough in there. So go ahead and take that out. And then there's one underneath here. You're going to take that one out as well. This is where you're going to fill it. The gear lube that I'm using is a Quicksilver Marine Lubricants 90 weight. This is for all Mercury Cruiser stern drives. Make sure to read what is necessary for yours. So to fill the lower unit, what you're going to need is one of these pumps. It comes with an attachment for, I think it's Yamaha and a couple of the other metric motors. So for this, you're not going to need this adapter. This piece will thread right into the lower unit. Okay, once you have that threaded on, then you're going to take your gear lube and go ahead and attach that onto there. And make sure you get a towel, because how you're going to realize that it's full is it'll come out of the hole up top. So once that happens, then you want to stop and clearly it's full. Once you get that in there, go ahead and start pumping it. You can see it going through the clear tube, and it's now pumping gear lube into it. Pay attention to the hole there, and what you're looking for is for it to come out of the top. So what happened was the pump that I have doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so I had to pour it into a red cup and pump from inside the red cup, and then it eventually, you can see it's starting to drip out of there, which means that it's full. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that top vent screw, go ahead and screw that back in. What that's going to do is create a pressure in there, and it's going to keep the gear loop inside when I unscrew this. So again, have your rag ready for when you go to unscrew this. You're going to lose a little bit of gear oil, not a big deal. And that should do it for now. So we've got the propeller on, there's two on each side of these lock nuts on there. That's what's holding your lower end to the outboard. And then transferred this piece here, transferred the speedometer nut, and then filled the lower with gear lube. So that's the install of the lower unit, and now we will try to start it up and see how it goes. get some water running to it. Break-in period, which is recommended through SEI, and then after that, we'll shoot big back in the water, catching more fish. All right, and that should do it. So basically, I'm no boat mechanic. I know the basics. I can tinker here and there, and then obviously anybody can go online and do their research. When I did the research, I noticed that there wasn't much on installing the SEI. I know the SEI started a YouTube channel. It looks like they started to do some videos, some tutorials on how to install the lower units, but they only had one to offer. So I figured I'd make one. It looked fairly simple. Did my research. I don't know all the names of these parts. I'm just showing you what I've learned off the internet, and hopefully it can help you in the future if you run into the same problems. So thanks for watching. We'll be back on the water fishing soon, and stay tuned.